Boom.
Woohoo! Hey, Gina.
Oh my God, I'm on straight away.
I know.
I thought you were going to introduce me or something.
What, do you think this is professional?
Yeah, I thought you were going to like have me all in the dark and then be like, and she's here, the one and only. But you didn't.
Okay, do you want me to do that? Let me see if I can do that.
I want like an introduction.
See if
a better one than that.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Not So Morning Show. You can hear the laughter in the background. That's our special guest for today, Gina.
Hi.
That was so much better.
Oh, it was making me laugh. Hello,
and
good morning.
I know. Good morning to all you Aussies and people around the world who actually it's morning for, but it's not morning for us. For me, 4:15, 4:16 in the afternoon here in the United States. We got people in the chat already. Tim,
hello.
Jelly Duck, Jamie Walker. Hey, I'm in the chat. That's crazy. My beautiful wife Cheryl is in the chat. All right. Hello, everybody. Everybody's saying hello. We're glad you're here. Hey, if you've never seen the Not So Morning Show, I want to tell you the reason it's not such a morning show is because Danny's here too. Hey, Danny. The Not So Morning Show is because it's not morning everywhere, but it's kind of like a morning show. We're trying to have fun and get you ready for the day if you happen to be getting ready for the day, or you can listen to the podcast. That's the other thing. So like and subscribe to this show, and then you can also listen to the podcast. I have these glasses on just because I changed my contact prescription, and I feel like now because it's stronger, I can't see things that are close as much as I used to. Isn't that weird?
You changed your prescription.
These are reading glasses. Yeah.
And now your eyes don't work.
Well, they work good seeing things far away, but up close, like when I'm looking at my computer, not as much.
So I think Danny's only come into this chat for one reason.
What's
and
that?
That is to check that my audio and my video is good enough.
Well, the video's perfect and the audio's okay.
Average.
We're gonna have to figure out what's really gonna have to happen is Danny needs to go and visit you one day, get your whole studio set up, and then you're good to go. Because you have a microphone. That's the thing.
Yeah, look, he's asking for my mic. Where's your mic, Gina? He's seen my mic today. I got the mic out.
Danny, it's on this like whole like a mic thing like this, you know?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm showing everybody. It's like this springy boom arm. It probably would be awesome, but we just have to figure out how to get it to work. Danny
really easy. It's really easy. All I have to do is switch it on. Apparently.
Right. But Danny even said to me before, are you sure you're going to be able to help Gina get her stuff set up? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Oh, he was concerned about me.
I know.
I knew he'd be concerned about me. Look at him. Look what he's doing there. And that's only he's on that cruise ship and he would not have come into this chat, but he's like, I've got to make sure that Gina isn't ruining my whole show. That's what he's here to check, that I'm not destroying the show.
Hey, listen, it's just as much my show as it is his show, so there we go.
Okay, so you think the audio's okay? You think my audio's okay?
It's good enough for what we're doing. We're going to have a little fun today, and I'm okay with that.
There you go.
Right?
If you can hear me, that's it.
Exactly. So, Gina, I know that a million people already know who you are, but tell people who you are and what you do.
A million people?
Yeah, like 10 billion people already know who Gina Walters is, but tell them who you are.
I am a vlogger from Melbourne, originally from the UK. Is that me? Is that who I am?
Yeah. Whereabouts in the UK? Because there's all these different accents.
Yorkshire. I'm from Yorkshire in the UK. So basically, most people only know London. If you know London, Yorkshire's 4 hours north in a car.
Okay.
Middle of the country kind of thing. Well, not middle, a bit further north than that. And that's my accent. That's where I'm from. But if you know the UK, you would know exactly where I was from by the way I spoke. And
your husband has a totally different English accent, right?
Yeah, well, because he's from a rougher part of Yorkshire. I'm posher than him.
See, I love that. That's so amazing. There's so many great accents. Anyway, and the other great thing is your dad's Scottish, right?
Yes, I'm McKinnon. My maiden name's McKinnon.
Scottish.
My dad's from the Isle of Mull.
Nice.
Originally. You know, have you ever seen the kids' TV show Balamory? Maybe you haven't.
I have not. I have not.
Well, if anyone has seen the TV show Balamory, then that's where my dad's from. Random fact of the day for you. It's
there
really
you go.
Cool show.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So I was telling Gina before the show that I live on an island, and she was like, "What?"
Who knew?
Yeah.
I thought that America was this big, this big mass of land.
Yeah.
Who knew that in the middle there's random islands?
There is. There's probably islands all over the place, but since I live in Michigan, you know, the Great Lakes, there's all these huge lakes around us, and I'm in one. Well, I'm on the Detroit River, but it leads into Lake Erie, which is one of the big lakes of the Great Lakes. Oh. So I'm right off the side, just this tiny little island. And the reason I was going to tell you about this island is because last night, I don't know if it was in the afternoon or during the evening, we have 2 bridges to get on and off of this island, okay? And one of the bridges is free, quote unquote, even though you pay for it with your taxes, but it's free, and most people use that bridge. Something happened where they shut it down because they were so scared that it was going to crumble. So they shut it down, and now everybody has to use the pay bridge. And so my entire Facebook is filled with people from Grozeal crabbing about the fact that they have to pay to get on and off the island. It's unbelievable.
How much does it cost?
It's so if you live on the island, I think it's like $5 total.
That's all. It's not
yeah, that's it. Like that. Yeah, but if you're going back and forth, you got to pay every time you get on and off the island. So if you have kids that are playing sports or something, and you got to go take them to their practice or whatever, I guess it could be quite expensive. But if you're
how often do you get off the island? How often do you leave the island a day?
I hardly ever leave. Cheryl maybe goes once or twice a week to go shopping. That's it. Maybe. So there's lots. I mean, the island has stuff for us. We can do things here.
Do you have Walmart?
No. We have like one street in this whole place, and it's got a couple things on it. Like we have a small CVS, which is kind of like a drugstore. We have a Kroger, which is like our supermarket, but really small supermarket. So that's it. There's like a Hungry Howie's Pizza.
Do you have Ralph's in Detroit? Do you have Ralph's, the supermarket?
No, that's an out west thing, I think.
All right, okay.
Because that's California, right? Ralph's.
Yeah, I like Ralph's when I go to California.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Ralph's there. There's a Ralph's on every corner.
I think all of them are tied together, but each one of these places in different places is called different things. So I know Kroger is like something that's out west. So we have in the Midwest where I live, it's called Kroger.
It's like when I go to Florida, I like Publix in Florida, but they don't have Publix in California.
No, we had Publix when we lived in South Carolina, and that place is awesome. Publix is so awesome.
Do you know what? I love American supermarkets.
How are they different?
They're just next level. It's just like, this choice is immense.
Yeah.
I go in there and I get so excited. Like, for example, I love American watermelon, right? Yeah. And they have it all, everything they have that massive tubs, all cut up.
Yeah.
Ready for you. Pineapple, all cut up. You don't have to cut your own pineapple.
I know.
What's wrong with you people? Why can't you cut up pineapple yourself?
We can, but we're lazy, fat Americans, and we like to have it done for us.
Well, when I'm there, it's like, this is the maize balls, and I'm just in there going crazy, buying all the pre-chopped up food. Yeah. I don't have to chop. What? I just saved myself 5 minutes in my day, not having to chop up watermelon.
Depending on the type of place that, it probably depends a lot on, if you're in a nicer area or in a nicer neighborhood or whatever, but they'll have
sushi,
and you can have everything you want already made for you at some of these supermarkets.
Oh, so if you're in the hood, then you're not going to get chopped up watermelon?
I don't know. That's possible, but I doubt it.
I want to know. Can anybody tell me If you're in the hood, do you get chocolate watermelon?
Well, I can tell you this. In the city of Detroit, which is kind of the hood here, right? In the actual city, there didn't used to be tons of supermarkets. So they had to go outside of the city to find a place to buy groceries. So sometimes sometimes you won't even have a supermarket if you live really, really in the hood.
All right, okay. I've not been to the hood. Gina's not been to the hood. I really don't know what the hood is. I think Gina would be scared of the hood.
Who's the guy from California, the really strong Marine guy that you hang out with? He's like a Raiders fan.
Yes, Daniel.
Daniel could take you to the hood and you'd be okay.
I reckon he knows where. I reckon if I went to the hood with him, I'd be safe.
Yes, you would. You totally would.
He's kind of scary. He's kind of scary. I'm scared of him.
Listen, the hood's not as bad as everybody thinks. Probably at nighttime, like when all the drug dealers are out and stuff, yeah. But during the day...
With guns? Because you guys have guns.
We do have lots of guns.
I mean, I know I'm going off track here and we could get into a real topic that we don't want to go into.
It's okay. No, go ahead.
I've got to be honest with you. When I'm in America, I'm walking around thinking, these dudes have guns.
It depends where you are. Like California, probably not as much, especially because you were in the really nice parts of California.
Yeah, those people didn't look like they had guns. Not in in the marina, eating seafood in the marina. They didn't.
No. I mean, you can't, in America, you can have what they call a concealed weapons permit. So you can.
Frankson is the hood, Gina. Jonathan Creeks just said Frankson's the hood. It's the truth. That's so funny.
Well, listen.
Hi, Jay, by the way. I've seen a few people popping in saying hello.
Yeah, creepy
and I know
too.
we're not going to look our way at the chat, but I can't help seeing them saying hello.
I've got it on a separate screen today so I can see everything, but I'm not paying attention to chat because we're having a good conversation. But
all right.
you can have a concealed weapons permit in a lot of states here. So like where I live, you can go somewhere and if you take a course, you can have your gun on you as long as it's not out in the open.
But in Texas, I've heard.
You can carry it, yeah.
You can have it out so people know.
I think they're trying to change that. That's called open carry. That means that people can just see your gun right on you.
Well, the thing is that I know it's normal to you. You just got to remember that it's not normal to me.
No.
So like I have a friend from Texas who's a woman.
Yeah.
And she sent me a picture the other day of her new handgun in pink.
Yeah.
What? It was like an accessory. It's like I would send a picture of my shoes and go, "Do you like my new shoes?" She's like, "Here's my handgun. It matches my shoes." What?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, so I think there's like 320 million people in America, and I think we have 310 million guns that are legal guns. Not to mention all the illegal guns.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So yeah, anyway, it's it's more, what's the word, like amazing to me because like we don't have that.
Yeah.
So when I'm in America, I'm always looking at everybody like, so when I'm here and I'm driving along and someone cuts me up, I'd probably be like, meh. Whereas in America, I'm like, no, I don't want to get shot today.
It's very unlikely that it's going to happen.
It would be like really like it would be typical though, wouldn't it? Did you hear the news? Gina got shot driving. What did she get shot for? Being gobby with some American.
I do have some stories that didn't happen to me personally, but people getting in a fight on the road over being angry or whatever, and the person like driving away, and then they hear something on the back of their car, they get out and there's a bullet hole in the trunk.
Oh yeah.
So it can happen, but it's not normal. I know that everybody thinks in America it's just like, oh, we're walking around going, woohoo! We're not doing that. It's not happening.
Can you do that again?
Yeah, woohoo! We're not doing that. Not at all.
No. Well, you're not walking into supermarkets holding the place up going, woohoo, give me some chopped up watermelon and
not
pineapple.
Not at all. No. No.
Anyway, I've just totally sent this chat randomly. How have I spoken about chopped up watermelon and guns in the same sentence?
Because that's what you experience when you go to America. You think to yourself, hey, there's going to be people with guns and chopped up watermelon.
That's when I get off the plane, I'm like, get ready, Gina. Because there's guns over there and chopped up watermelon over there.
Speaking of watermelon, there was this guy on our Big Brother in America this year. And didn't they used to have Big Brother in like Australia and the UK and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So this guy, he was from Kentucky, just like this young kind of buff dude. And he ate like probably 2 whole, at least, watermelons a day. He loved it so much. He would just eat watermelon all day. And I was
can I tell you a secret then?
Yeah.
So when I used to go to Florida a lot when I was a teenager with my best friend. We used to come for all the holidays.
Okay.
And I used to literally buy the full watermelon from Publix.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I used to chop it up myself because I don't know, maybe they weren't chopping up watermelon.
Probably not back then. Yeah.
And then I used to eat a whole watermelon every day. That's all I would eat whilst I was in the States. That's all every day.
Did you lose weight?
I think there's probably too much sugar in it. I mean, it's a lot of fruit, isn't it? And then and then the only thing I would eat in restaurants when I went out is Caesar salad, because your Caesar salads are quite good. I don't ever eat them at home, but I eat them there. And then your massive refill cups of Diet Pepsi. What is that all about?
I know.
As much soda water as one can possibly fit within their body.
Oh my gosh. Some of the things like, so I think you guys have 7-Eleven in Australia also.
Yeah.
At our 7-Elevens, you can get these, I mean, just gigantic 96-ounce things of Diet or Coke or regular Coke or Pepsi or whatever.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. So yeah, that's the highlight. That's my impression. That's my impression of America overall. You have a lot of soda water. You have a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
And a lot of guns.
We have a lot of guns, a lot of diabetes, and yeah.
And if you go to the hood, you need to go with some sort of military person, maybe a Marine, to make sure you come out alive.
As long as you're in the right places in the hood, you're okay. It depends.
Okay. But if you don't know what's right and wrong, then you need someone who knows to guide you.
Yeah, you do. You need somebody who's been to the hood before or used to live in the hood that understands the hood.
I have this feeling that I would stand out like a sore thumb in the hood.
Yeah,
like,
you would.
I would.
So would I, though. I would stand out in the hood also. They'd be like, what is with that old gray-haired dude hanging out here in the hood? That's what they would say.
And what about me? I was like I would be like, obviously my accent would give me away.
You know, the thing is, though, they might like that. It might be entertaining to them that you have an accent. So you might get out okay. Like nobody would do anything to you. They'd be like, hey, listen to this lady talk, and they'd be all happy and they would enjoy it.
Okay, good.
Unless you had a lot of valuables on you, then they'd probably take your valuables.
But they'd still listen to me talk.
They would enjoy your accent, as you said. Please don't take my stuff. Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, can I check the chat?
Yeah, go for it. Pablo Escobar has guns?
Has guns? We said that at the same time.
Well, he used to have guns, and now he's dead, but yes. Danny, did you see what Danny Black said?
Is Ponderosa still a thing in Florida and around? Good question, actually, because Ponderosa, I used to love a Ponderosa breakfast.
Ponderosa, you're talking about the steakhouse, right?
Yeah, but they do a breakfast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They did, all you can eat.
We used to have a lot of all-you-can-eat places.
So America, this is another thing about America, okay? And this is new to me too. All you can eat. Now that is fun.
That's not, it used to be a lot more.
Challenge.
It used to be a lot more.
That's it, $5 all you can eat breakfast. I would be in there challenging myself to eat more than everybody else in the restaurant. As much watermelon as you can possibly get in you, Gina.
We're talking
wash down with soda water.
As much soda as you can drink. Yeah, that used to be back in the day, you used to not be able to get free refills, but that became this huge thing at restaurants. Everybody was like, free refills. And you would just sit there and they would keep bringing you drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks.
Do they not do that anymore?
Oh, they still do, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because when I was there last time, so one of my other favourite places is Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because to me, it's like terrible. I don't like Olive Garden.
So Olive Garden, they're like coming. So I'll never forget.
The breadsticks.
The breadsticks. And they
Never
come
end.
over and they say, soup or salad.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want a super salad.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, soup or salad. And I thought they were saying, do you want a super salad? And then I was like, I don't want a super salad. I want this pasta dish. And they were like, yeah, but first we're going to give you soup or salad.
Yeah.
And they give you a soup or a salad that could feed 10 men.
And you can keep refilling it.
Like a little entree before you have the biggest pasta dish I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Oh, the portions in America are outlandish. The food is just insane amounts of food.
I'm down for that. I actually make myself. I actually just don't eat for 2 weeks in the run up to coming, just so that I can.
So you can enjoy it. So when you were in California, did you get to have what's the name of the burger place? Gosh dang it, it's freaking awesome. Can't remember.
In-N-Out burger.
Yeah, In-N-Out. Did you have that?
I have not had an In-N-Out burger yet.
What?
I know. Maybe I need to come back.
You do.
Quickly.
You need to.
Just for that reason alone.
I wish they had an In-N-Out in Michigan, but they do not. We don't have that.
Do you know what? If I'm really honest, I'm not a big burger kind of girl.
Okay. I enjoy the burger.
The burger's not... I mean, I like a homemade burger, like fresh bread, barbecue, like properly done.
Yeah.
But that burger, fast food burger's not really my bag. And I'm not a big red meat eater either.
Okay.
So like a beef burger. Do you know what I mean? I'm a chicken kind of girl.
Okay, Xander just brought up one of my favorite things in Chicago. Portillo's is one of the best. Oh my gosh, Xander. One day, Xander, you and I are just going to go hang out. So remember when I did the show, Hey, We're Talking with Bob and Derek? Bob.
You don't do that anymore?
No, Bob lives in Chicago, and we went to this pipe show, and all we ate was Portillo's the whole 4 days I was there. We just went every day to Portillo's. That's all we ate. That's it.
Turn into it. What do they sell in Portillo's?
They have like hot dogs and beef sandwiches and just everything that's bad for you. And it was tasty.
I'm not keen on hot dogs either. Because when I was in America, people were taking me to Pink's. Is that right? Pink's?
Yeah.
And I got there and I was like, I don't want a hot dog. And they were like, Gina, this is like famous. This is like
it is
an iconic place to be. And you just turned your nose up. And I was kind of...
Yeah. But like,
They
okay.
don't sell wine either in Pink's, and that's always a deal breaker for me.
So if you were going to have like your favorite meal, then what would it be?
A really, really good salad, like a big salad with like
Gina,
mango in it.
come on.
Mango and maybe prawns, like shrimps.
Okay.
Bit of spicy in it. I don't know, just a really good fresh salad with massive salad and a glass of wine.
Have you always liked salad, or is that new since you're now like a lean meat fighting machine?
I've always been one of my things. And if I was going to be kind of like, if I was going to add something to it that was a bit more like, I like carbohydrates, I suppose. They just don't make me feel good. So, I don't know, bit of pizza thrown in. Or Mexican, like, oh yeah.
So what do you put in your? So like if you get a Mexican,
that's the other thing is I'd go for tacos and fajitas. Like
so
if I wasn't having a salad, I'd be nomming down on one of them.
So if you're gonna do Mexican food though, you don't do beef. So what do? Chicken.
Chicken.
Okay.
Chicken, and a bit more chicken.
Chicken. They have. Jelly Duck is saying they have Wendy's in Kuwait. Ugh. I don't think Wendy's is very good. Do you like Wendy's? Do they have Wendy's in Australia? It's a fast food place. Okay, they don't have it.
I don't think they do. Maybe I don't do much fast food really.
That's good.
Every now and again, I go through McDonald's drive-thru to get myself an Earl Grey tea. Does that count?
That's okay. No, it doesn't really count as going to fast food if you're just getting tea.
It's an Earl Grey tea with skinny milk.
I think that's amazing that they serve an Earl Grey tea in McDonald's. I don't think they do that here. I don't think they do that here.
Just for Gina. I think I'm probably the only person ordering Earl Grey tea from McDonald's. Maybe.
But the fact that they have it is amazing to me.
You need to go check out if they've got Earl Grey tea in Macca's now in your country, because I'm sure they will have. They have the land with all the choice in the world must have Earl Grey tea.
Yeah, but tea is not as like coffee is an American drink. Like everybody drinks coffee. My wife drinks tea, but every place you go is
coffee's an Australian drink. No one drinks tea really in Australia.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh no, tea's a British thing.
Yes. So Cheryl loves tea, but I don't think I'll let Cheryl, if you're still listening, tell us, have you ever gotten Earl Grey tea from McDonald's? I don't think you can. I think it would just be like standard, boring, whatever regular tea.
Breakfast tea.
Yeah, probably English breakfast. Oh,
I need you to find out for me now and get back to me on this one.
Yeah, Cheryl, tell us if they have that. So Cheryl gets this tea from this place called Republic of Tea, and it's called high calf English breakfast tea, and I drink that. It is the best thing ever. It's so good because it has so much caffeine that it makes me very happy.
Oh.
It makes me alive, you know?
All right. I started drinking coffee just recently, just to be like everybody else really. But when I go into a coffee shop, this is how I order coffee, because it gives me a headache. Because I try and drink coffee like big boys and girls, and you all have really strong coffee. So I go in and I go, hi, can I have a skinny latte, please? But can I have that weak, like, quarter shot? And you can tell they're thinking, why don't you just order a cup of milk? Because basically, what's the point?
Well, if you like the taste of it, who cares how strong it is?
And I get a little high off my little quarter shot of caffeine.
That's good. I like that it's a quarter shot. That's amazing.
And then if they give me a half shot, oh boy, I can tell. And I'm like, that's too strong.
See, now you're talking about espresso drinks though, because regular coffee is not espresso shots. It's not as strong, just regular coffee. Well, depending on how it's brewed, but
so like, for example, Neil drinks coffee that's like proper coffee, and he does all the stuff with it. And I at home have like Nescafe in a glass jar that I just put my little teaspoon in. That I can drink that coffee all day long.
What's the stupid thing that Mark always talks about? What is the name of the stuff? It's the coffee, that instant coffee he uses. Doggone it, guys. What's the name of that? Moccona coffee. Moccona.
Oh, yeah.
He supposedly was going to send me some. I can buy some on Amazon, actually. So instead of
Xander's starving now. I'm starving, actually. I'm starving. I've been thinking about his food. All the food I can't have because it's all in America.
Yeah, and I only eat one meal a day, so I can't eat anything right now. And we're talking about all this food.
Do you really only eat one meal a day?
Yeah, helps me lose weight.
Sucks for you.
No, it's great. I eat whatever I want for one moment, and then for 23 hours, I don't eat anything.
The other day, I was speaking to a friend, a YouTube friend actually, who has been doing intermittent fasting.
Yeah, that's what this is.
He's lost loads of weight doing it.
Yep.
And then the other day, however, he showed this app, and it was that he was on his 19th hour of fasting, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm slightly worried now because it's become like a challenge to him. Like, how long can I go? Like, this is, how long is 90 hours? Is that like 3 days, 4 days?
48 hours is 2 days, so it's almost 4 days.
Yeah, so like, I messaged him and said, don't die. Like, when does this end? It's like a personal challenge in his head.
Well, everybody's...
He said he felt amazing. I feel like I was going to die if I was not eating for 4 days.
There's a guy on YouTube. He's completely crazy. He's a Canadian guy, and he does these super long fasts. There's actually another guy on YouTube, the Amazing Fasting Fat Man, who's lost... He used to be 530 pounds, and he's down to 250 or 260 in like less. I think it's been maybe 7 months. I'm not surprised.
So wait on. How did you lose weight? I stopped eating.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's all he did.
I'm not surprised though. Like, this is the key, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a guy in England or Scotland or something, like way back, like in the 1950s or something like that. He fasted for 380 days or something like that, just water, only water. And
he survived.
Yeah.
How thin was he at the end though?
I think he ended up being like 180 pounds, but he was huge. He was like 400 or 500 pounds. Which I don't know how to convert that for you guys in kilos, but it's huge.
Stones. I am, and kilos. England stones and pounds.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but I actually weigh myself in pounds here. I've got my scales do pounds and kilos.
Yeah.
And I do pounds because when you lose 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
2.2 pounds is a good effort, right?
Yeah.
But when you say 1 kilo, it's like meh. See what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's not a... So I always do it in,
Yeah, that makes sense because that would stink to have to lose... To get 1 kilo, you'd have to lose 2.2 pounds. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, like, if you lose 2 kilos, that's nearly 5 pounds. That's a really good effort.
Yeah. So that means that somebody that was like 500 pounds, that means they're over 1,000 kilos. If they're 500 pounds.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
No, it's not.
Is it the opposite?
Oh, no. Now you've confused me. Go on. If you're 500 pounds, no, it's the opposite. Gonna say it's the opposite. 2.2 pounds to a kilo. So if you're 500 pounds, you're like 250 kilos.
You'd be 226 kilos.
Yeah, gonna say Jesus Christ.
I was so off. That was great. He's 1,000 kilos. Everybody was like, "What the?" In the chat, they're probably like, "That's insane."
Is that even possible?
It is. It probably is possible because that would be like 2,000 pounds. There have been people. I can remember when I was growing up. There's this guy who did a TV show. I think his name. It was either Maury or one of these guys, but it was like one of those crazy shows where they would find out if you're the father of the kid that this lady's pregnant with or different stuff like that. But they used to there was this big thing back in the day where they would have to break people's walls open and carry them out in a bulldozer because they weighed like over 1,000 pounds. I don't know if they did that for you guys, but that used to be a big thing here.
Well, so in the UK, we didn't really have all-you-can-eat breakfast at $5 a pop. So
right.
Therefore, there wasn't many instances of people having to be cut out of their own houses.
Yeah.
I can see how it gets to that point, though. Like, I can see how you get there.
It's sad. I feel bad for the people.
Why am I laughing? This is terrible.
Because the fact that somebody could be big enough they have to be wheeled out of their house is sad.
It's awful. Come on, let's just let me move on. Bye, Gander. Thanks for stopping by.
He's got to get some sleep.
Sleep well.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I had all these ideas of things we were going to talk about, and we just had so much fun talking about anything. No, it was so fun. Let's ask people in the chat. Did they have fun?
I don't know.
We haven't even. Have you seen the chat though? There's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of people talking.
Can you acknowledge them then, please?
Yes, I will. All right. So we said hi to Jelly Duck. We got Shyla Rose in here. Uncle Tim.
Hi, Shyla. Can I just note that Shyla does know about what's the story in Ballamore, because she sang the song. I saw her acknowledge that.
Okay.
So somebody else does know about Ballamore.
She'll know.
Making that up. Go on, carry on.
You got Emma in here, which we knew. Drone Kings in Darwin. What up? Creaky, I think I said him already. And of course, Xander, he just left. Jelly Duck.
Is that music playing all on loop in the background the whole time?
It does. It's annoying, isn't it? But I love it and I hate it.
That's when the people drop off after a while when it gets in their head.
They go, stop the music!
I've got to get out of here.
And of course, my beautiful wife is in here. She put a little link to Republic of Tea for those of you who want some high calf breakfast black.
She knows her tea. That woman knows her tea.
She loves it. She gets it for like her birthdays and Christmas and stuff. She freaking loves tea.
Sounds like elevator music.
Say that again?
Sounds like elevator music.
Yes, it does, but I like it. Danny says his friend Matt is just finishing a 10-day fast.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not just, maybe I need to, yeah.
Here's the thing you have to do, though.
I thought you died. I thought people died if they didn't eat.
No, here's what you have to do, though. I have this stuff. It's you need electrolytes. You can't just drink straight water because you'll dehydrate because you'll just pee it all out. So what you need is you have to have electrolyte water. I have this stuff that's 0 calorie and it comes in raspberry, lemonade, a couple different flavors. You just have to drink that instead of just straight water. You can still have some straight water, but just make sure that you're drinking and hydrating yourself. Because if you get rid of all your electrolytes, that's when you get sick and dehydrated.
What about the gym, though? Can I still go to the gym and work out?
Yeah.
If I'm not eating?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I burn, like, if I go and do an hour at the gym and I burn 900 calories, and then not to be able to eat? Are you serious? I'd be the grumpiest chick around.
No, because there's a point. So here's what happens. After you go, so the first 24 to 48 hours is like pure hell, okay? But when you hit 72, something happens and you just feel like you're a superhuman. I'm serious.
I've heard.
And then if you keep going after that 72, boom, you're just going to like, it won't feel hard to keep going. But you need to plan, hey, I'm going to stop at this point or whatever.
Otherwise you might get carried away and die.
You won't. As long as you're staying hydrated, as long as you have electrolytes in your body, you will live. And then I'm looking at Drone Kings and Darwin. Do I need to study for a 10-day fast? I don't think so. As long as there's so much information, there's so much information on YouTube now. You can find so much stuff. Yeah.
YouTube's pretty amazing.
Yes, it is.
If you want to find anything out, just hit up YouTube.
If you want to laugh about people that fast and have a good time and listen to this guy swear like a sailor, go check out Cole Robinson. He does this thing called the snake diet. Now, he makes electrolyte drink his own. He pours these different kinds of salt into water, and you just have to drink that. It's terrible, but he's hilarious. He's a Canadian guy, and he swears his face off.
I have heard as well that apparently, not aside from weight loss, apparently we don't need all this food, and that actually prevents things like cancer and things like that.
Yeah.
I have heard.
Yeah. It's
so how long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing eating once a day for?
I kind of screwed up in the last month and wasn't doing it every day, but I'm back on it. But when I was doing it every day, I started back in August, and in the first month and a half, I lost 50 pounds doing it.
Wow.
So I'm just going to keep going, and hopefully it gets better. But it doesn't bother me.
My sister's getting married in 4 months.
Yeah.
And I'm the matron of honor, like the main head bridesmaid person. And then my sister's super hot. Super hot. Right? Like next level. So maybe I need to not eat for 4 months.
No.
And then I'll be all good for the wedding. This is a good idea. Maybe this is why I was sent here today, to get this inspiration.
Here's what I can tell you. You can do intermittent fasting very easily. You don't have to do it like I'm doing it, where I only have like a 1 or 2 hour window to be able to eat. You can do it like 18 and 6. So you could have 6 hours where you could get your calories in every day and then fast for 18 hours, and you'll start losing weight. I promise. So if you say, like, if maybe after you get home from the gym in the morning and you've had some tea or something like that and you're relaxed, maybe like around lunchtime through dinner time, you could make that your eating window, so you could eat with your kids and your family, and then you could just
have wine. Yeah,
if you want. During that time, sure. Just squish down the time in which you eat all of your calories, and then you'll have, the more that you put your body into a fasting state. So I think it's like after 16 hours, your body starts to go into total fat burning mode. So the longer you fast, that's why the fat goes away.
There we go. So if anybody wants to know about intermittent fast, you need to set up your own channel. You're a man of, you know what you're talking about. I'm
not the guy, but yes, I can talk about it intelligently, but I'm not the man.
Danny's saying, FYI, that music was only meant for the beginning and the end of the show. And the
Shut
middle
up,
we changed
Danny.
to a different song depending on the segment.
Fine, I'll put on Danny's music. This is what he likes to play all the time. The scary music. Do you like that?
Why does he want to play that?
Because that's when he does his conspiracy theories and stuff. How about this is this is more relaxed. You like that better? It's so quiet though. See how quiet it is? For those of you on the podcast, you're thinking, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But listen, we're trying out some music. What do you think about that, Gina?
Yeah, this is chill. I like this.
Or we could do, I don't know what this is. Random thoughts? What is this? No, Danny, we're not doing that.
No.
See, I like this.
No, Danny.
I like this.
Yeah, okay. This is... Okay.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do, Gina? We have to do
What?
this. This is like every day we have to do this. Let me see if I can find it.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
You ready for this? Reading the comments from yesterday's stream. Okay, let's see what we got. We got Walker2508. Has there been an episode of Seinfeld that you did not enjoy in the beginning but have grown to love? For me, it would be the parking garage episode. We talked about Seinfeld yesterday, so Walker's asking us about that.
Never watched an episode.
Oh my gosh.
I love it when you say, "Oh my gosh." It's my favorite line. I crack up all the time when you say it.
You know what's funny?
Oh my gosh.
When I was a little kid, I went from public school to a private school, like a religious Christian school. And when I went from the private school to the Christian school, I would always say when I did something, "Oh my gosh." And I used to get paddled every day for saying, "Oh my gosh," at school.
Oh my goodness.
Every day.
Yeah.
And then I'd come home and they would say, they'd send a note home, "Scott got paddled today." And then I'd get spanked. But they didn't tell my parents why I got spanked. So I got spanked every day, twice a day, for like second and third grade. Every day. And then I told my parents, probably like a year ago, something, we were sitting here talking, and I was like, "I can't believe I got paddled every day for saying, 'Oh my gosh.'" And they said, "That's why they spanked you?" I said, "Yes." And then my parents said, "Oh my gosh." And I said, "Exactly."
Yeah, no, I do. I like it when you say that. So whenever you say it on the show with Danny, I laugh. I'm normally driving to school and work when this is on, and I can hear you, but I can't see you. And you say it, and I'm like, and I'll sometimes my kids will sit in the back and go, "Oh my gosh!" They repeat it.
That's funny. All right, let's see what this next comment is. This is from Mark Ensby. "I like to listen to the podcast to see if I am smarter than Scott. I think I am. Go Packers." Shut up, Mark.
I actually think you are quite a smart guy.
Who, me? Or Mark?
Yeah. You.
Oh, I am. I'm brilliant.
Because
Come on.
you always have you always have some knowledge about everything. If anything gets brought up, you have some knowledge about
I know this much about everything.
Well, that's kind of cool because you can talk about anything.
I do my best. One more comment. This is from Emma. "Natural gas. You definitely missed some dad jokes there." Ha ha ha! I think she's talking about farting.
I can't talk about that.
Yeah, girls don't talk about farts.
Can't.
Okay, hold on 1 second. One more time. Reading the comments from yesterday's stream. Yahoo! All right, we're back. Isn't that a show killer? I just killed the whole show, didn't I? You were having so much fun, and then I read those comments, and you were just like, "What are we doing?"
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Is that what my face
Your
looks
face is like,
at the
"What did he just do that for?"
Oh, so funny. I was just trying to follow along.
Yeah.
I've heard you do this before, though. I have heard you do this before.
Yes, you have.
I think it's more confusing that you've taken me to another day, and I've gone back to yesterday's comments. That's where I was confused.
Right.
That's where you got me confused. I'm
right.
Oh, what day are we on? What we're talking about yesterday?
We are.
Okay.
Let me see.
And now we're back to today.
Yeah, now we're back to today.
Okay.
Oh, but the thing that I'm supposed to tell everybody is, if you want to get your comment read on the next show that was from today, but it'll actually be on Monday.
What?
Write a comment.
So wait on, but write a comment, but we're on today, but you're not on today.
Yeah.
I'm on today, but you're not on this day. So you're yesterday, so we're on Friday, according to the screen, but you're on Thursday. So when you're reading the comments from the day before, you're actually reading the comments from 2 days before.
You know what? That was kind of a rant. I like that.
You guys and your little tech stuff, honestly, you're so funny. You're so funny.
I like playing these because Danny put so much work into making these little tiny things. It's just funny to me that I want to make sure that we use him because he probably did so much work to make these. It's insane.
He's going to be sat there now on the cruise ship so excited to see all this happening. He's going to be like, there it is.
I know. Danny, this one doesn't get used enough, by the way. How do you like that?
That's cool. That's cool. I like that one. How long does that take you, Danny? Danny, how long does that take?
I know. Danny, well, one time he told me he goes, I worked on making these things like 7 hours yesterday. And I was like, what? Don't do 7 hours of work? That's
a lot of time. He's dedicated.
He is.
This little show deserves to have real famous people on it.
Like you.
Real celebrities.
Danny said that you were our celebrity guest today. I forgot to say that. By the way, everybody, this is Gina, celebrity guest. I like that you have a Polaroid shirt. That makes me happy.
I love this shirt.
It's nice. I know. I like it.
Actually, I bought it from Target, actually.
Okay.
Right? And then I put it in the wash, and then I put it in the dryer, and it shrunk, and I was so upset I went back and bought another one. It's cool.
I feel your pain. I used to find these t-shirts that I loved, and then I would wash them and they would shrink, and I would be like, why? I love that t-shirt. I feel your pain.
It's annoying. When things get put in, when people put my things in the dryer that should not go in the dryer, it makes me really grumpy. This top went in the dryer, and I came out and I had it in my hand, and I was like, who put this top in the dryer? And everybody looked at me, and I was like, who put this top in the dryer? And nobody was owning up to it.
No.
The only one that owned up to it was Rocker, who's 3. He was like, I put it in because he doesn't care. And I was like, you can't reach the dryer. It's not you. I know it's not you.
By the way, this probably makes sense to all the Australians, but Creaky just put Gina Walters, Miss Frankston, 1991.
Oh my God, I don't know what this means.
Okay, I don't know what it means either.
Can we Google that?
Creaky,
I dread to think.
Come on, Creaky, help us understand what that means.
Yeah, because don't forget, I wasn't in Frankston in 1991.
I know. I think he's making a joke like you were the homecoming queen or something. What is he saying? Come on, Creaky. Like Miss World, he said. But what does that mean? What is Frankston? I don't understand this.
That's where I live. I live in a place called Frankston. And Frankston used to be well known in Melbourne for being a little bit rough around the edges.
Okay.
However, it's been, do you call it gentrified now?
Yeah.
Well, not all of Frankston. Some parts of Frankston still a bit average.
I was really hoping you were going to say dodgy.
Dodgy.
Yeah.
Dodgy. I actually, so if I'm honest, I used to live in Mount Eliza.
Okay.
Creaky will know this. Mount Eliza is quite posh, actually.
Okay.
Right? But then I moved to get my daughter into the zone for the high school, because Frankston High School is like one of the best non-private schools in Victoria. It's one of the best.
Okay.
But it's really, really strict zoning, like strict zoning. So I literally wanted to get her in, so I moved house to make it happen.
I like that. What a good mom. Thank you.
So here we go. And I live, do you know what? I live in a house that's like 500 meters to the sea, like that way. Like,
I know. And you have a pool in your backyard. Come on.
I'm not roughing it. I'm not slumming it. I
know. Frankston can't be that bad if you've got the sea 500 meters away and a pool in your backyard.
Yeah, I'm not. I think I'm in the nice bit of Frankston.
And not to mention the little balcony you have right off the back of your bedroom.
I'm looking at it right now. Behind this computer is my balcony. Yes, that's why I'm always in the bedroom. I love this bedroom.
Yeah, it's very nice. So speaking of, before we end the show, let's tell everybody about your adventures. Like, how can they find your channel and what can they expect?
Yeah, do you know what? I've had a big thing about this recently because somebody asked me this question and I've never been able to answer it fully.
Okay.
And now I can. Because I was speaking to a good friend of mine called Eric Wen the other day.
Yeah.
And we discussed my channel and we discussed what is it? Because I couldn't answer it. I always said it was a vlog before. And he said, in his opinion, my channel is all about inspiring people to live their best life and to go for it and to not to go that's what his interpretation of my channel was. It's not my goal. My goal is to just vlog my life. If that makes sense.
But I would agree with Eric in the midst of that. I think that the adventure that you take people on because you try new things, you are trying to become better person every day. I think that inspires people. And I think he's right.
So I'll give an example of, like, for example, I went to LA. I've been a few times this year, but I went to LA last time. And I came back and I met this woman in the street and she came up to me and she's like, I watch all your videos. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so cool. And she said, do you know what? The other day, I actually drove to the city by myself. And I've never, ever done that before. And I was like, right. And she was like, in my head, I thought Gina would do this because I just watched you driving in LA on your own.
Yeah.
So whilst it's not the same, it was a big deal for her. And that was one of the biggest, like, the nicest things anyone's ever said to me about my, like, that affected her life. That was a really big deal to her.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, totally makes sense.
So my channel is Gina Walters. Gina Walters is my name. You'll find me, I think you find me pretty quickly now if you type that in. And then, you follow my life in a vlog form so you see what I get up to. However, I'm going to be introducing some new things soon. I'm going to be having some sit down. So I'm going to do my vlog still once or twice a week. And then I'm going to be bringing in my live stream again. And I'm also going to be bringing in where me and my friend Jana, who features in the vlog quite a lot, we're going to be sitting down and we're going to be talking about all the things that affect our lives as 30-something females with children.
That's awesome.
So, like, for example, I'll give you an example. I don't know if I can say the word, though. I don't know if I can say the word without causing a problem on, like, I don't want YouTube to ban you or something.
Is it that bad? What is it?
It's not bad, but I just don't know with you guys. You're all precious about things. I always get blacklisted by saying the wrong thing.
Danny put on the thumbnail that there would be, like, dirty words coming out of your mouth, so go ahead. All
right, so it's not a swear word, but anyway, so it's like the other day, Jana rang me up. This is a genuine conversation that we had on the phone. And she was like, what do you think about porn? And I was like, what, personally? Like, to feature in it? Or, like, where's this question going? And she was like, well, I want to know what you think if your husband watched a lot of porn. So I was like, this would be an epic conversation to have that people could watch because everybody's got such different views on this. Yeah. Everybody's got shit. Her view was so different to mine. Yeah. Like, I was like, we need to start having sit down 10, 15-minute chats about the things we genuinely chat about that nobody knows. Yeah. But, like, letting people into these chats because they are things that they are big, like, you know, like, and, you know, we're talking about body image. Yeah. The sides of parenting that's not, people don't talk about because everybody talks about parenting and they're like, oh, I love my kids, they're so amazing. And we actually have days where we love them, but we don't think they're amazing. Yeah. Does that make sense?
For sure,
and
yes.
Being real about that, though, because I think there's a lot of people out there who are looking at this fake world, and I think that having these real chats that me and her actually have would be kind of cool. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense, especially because...
But, however, we've just gone down a route of porn.
No.
There. Well, the hell was that example? The bad example, but it was the most recent example.
I have all sorts of feelings about porn.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah, and they're not good. They're not good. It's there's all sorts of research about how messed up that can do, what it can do to people's brains. But yeah,
and that's my thing is that with the conversation, it came out of the blue for me because I wasn't obviously on that. Monday morning I was at work and I wasn't thinking about porn. It wasn't forefront of my brain. Right. And something had happened in her life that made her think about this. And she has a big issue with it. Like she has a really big issue with it. And it was from past stuff. She had a trigger. There was also that, she wouldn't mind me saying this because we're going to discuss it on my vlog one day, but not on the vlog. We're going to have a separate, does that make sense?
Yeah.
A sit down. People can tune in for the vlog if they want, or they can tune in for the sit down, or the both. Some people might not like the difference, but we're going to do it. And then she just rang up and she's like, I want to know what you think about it. And I was like, whoa, wow, morning, hello. This is, she's not a boring friend to have around. Just see what I'm saying? She's not calling about the weather, is she? She's, so, okay, we'll go there. And then we had a big debate on differing views and opinions. And then I was like, this will be a really interesting conversation because everybody will have different views and opinions on it. For sure.
And I know there's a lot of people that think it's totally fine. But I think all the stuff that I've read and seen where people talk about people that really, because it's very addictive. It can become overwhelming, like your whole entire life can be consumed by it.
Oh, this is one of the things we were talking about. This is, some people are full on addicted.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's going to be a good conversation. So you need to let me know when you guys do that, because I want to hear what you say.
But yeah, there's going to be a lot of different, that sort of thing. Because these are the top, anything that we actually ring each other up and chat about on the phone.
Yeah.
It's probably going to get into a 10-minute conversation because I didn't realise that other people might find them interesting. It wasn't until she said, people would love this. And I was like, what? This conversation? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, it's a good point actually, because it's actually very real. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's part of the thing, like when you and I talk, we can just goof around and laugh, but I can remember one of the times we were just going to do something fun and we got like so deep, like really quick too. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that way we went off on one there.
I know.
That's the what's it called? The contrast of Gina. You think that you're going to get this really light-hearted, fluffy nothingness. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's like the other day in my vlog, one of my most recent vlogs, it started off with me crying. And then it ended up with me talking about positions I'd given birth in. And when I watched the vlog back, I was like, you're such a random person, Gina. Like, one, you're crying at the beginning because you're saying that you're like not scared about not fulfilling your dreams in life, right? Yeah. So dramatic and like deep. And then the next minute you're like laughing and talking about giving birth. Like, it was kind of so random. But that's me.
Yep. And I will tell you this too. If you have not seen Gina's vlogs, one of the best things, her kids are so freaking cute. Just amazing. Like Rocco is, I don't know how you make it through. Like every time you take one of those videos of him like eating ice cream or something, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that is the cutest thing. And it's all over.
He's all over.
He seems like so happy. Is he just like a happy kid?
Yeah, he's just happy, but I think it helps being the fourth one in that respect.
Yeah.
Because all the things that I used to be bothered about, I'm not now. I'm not. And just get muddy, get play. I love watching him. Like yesterday, he found a puddle outside. He must have spent 45 minutes staring at the water, chucking things in it. Like. That's
awesome. Yeah. And that's not.
The other day, the pool man hates him. The pool man does not like my kid.
Why?
It's because Rocco stands on my balcony and throws things into the pool. Pebbles, cars. He drives his cars off the edge of the balcony into the pool. That's his game. And I let him because I'm like, knock yourself out. Like, this is awesome that you're doing that. The pool man, every time he comes to clean the pool, knocks on the door and the knock gets louder every week. And he's like, can you speak to your child? Yeah, will do. And I go, Rocco, don't put things in the swimming pool.
The thing that's awesome about that is, like, I think in the age in which we live today, and I'll start to wrap this up because we could talk forever, but I was going to say the thing that is awesome about that is most kids now are so wrapped up in technology and things that to hear that your kid just like plays like a kid, that Rocco just does stuff and like he can go outside and like do crazy things. That's the way most of us grew up. We didn't have all this stuff to like occupy our time. We didn't stare at screens. We were out doing stuff. So I think
I said to you yesterday, I actually took a day off yesterday.
Yeah,
I was overwhelmed yesterday by the world, and I thought, I'm shutting it. I turned my actual phone off.
That's amazing.
Phone went off. Like that was, I actually thought I've got to just get out of here for a little bit.
Yeah, that's smart.
Which is a whole other topic. In fact, actually, I had a big discussion with my teenage daughter about how she has anxiety developing. And I've worked out that it's from Snapchatting, but it's a whole other story.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary.
Social
Rocco,
media
do you know
is
what?
freaky.
You can carry on dropping cars into the swimming pool. And the pool man, you're going to have to just, if you're listening, pool man, deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah. Well, Gina, this was so awesome. I'm glad that you got to do this. Thanks for making time to do it.
I'll come back again.
Awesome.
I like doing this.
It's fun.
This. It's cool. Yeah.
And you get to hear my amazing voice, right?
Yeah, you know it, you know that. It's like 30 minutes I'm here, to be honest with you.
That's so
I
funny.
favour you over Danny. But Danny, when he hears that, is going to be like, yeah, she does. Every time I come on, he always goes, Gina only ever comes on when Scott's on.
Isn't that funny that it perfectly worked out that he got on a ship this week? Because he was so excited because he was going to get to have you all to himself, he thought. And then he wanted me to be on the show too. But I was like, then he got on a ship, and look at that, Danny. Here I am.
And then I ended up with Scott on my own. And because he's obviously the favourite out of the two of you.
All right. Gina, I'm gonna wrap it up. And I'll talk to you in just a moment after I say goodbye to everybody.
Do I have to shut up now?
What's that?
Do I have to shut up now?
No, you don't have to shut up. You can talk all you want, but I'm going to end the show. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, share this with your friends. You can listen on the podcast. If you want to just listen to us talking, you can do that. So go to any of your favorite podcasting apps and put in Not So Morning Show, and you'll be good to go. Danny will be back on Monday to talk with you guys again, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Thanks, Gina.
Bye-bye.